back to Resistance Chicks. We're your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is the 4th of October. It's a Friday. We do our weekly roundup. We were running late. Thank you for being patient. I'm glad that Patriot Gallery was able to open up the chat. We went to the feed store and then we got stuck in traffic and then traffic again and then our homecoming parade.
It was seriously like one thing after another. It was like, you've got to be kidding me. We've got to get home.
We have a dog here that we had taken on an adventure.
Yes.
Who we haven't had a chance to take home yet. So if you hear any crying in the background, that would be
Lulu. So
Lulu.
say hello to Lou.
Hello.
Remember STEM Express and how we had the Center for Medical Progress exposed Planned Parenthood letting babies die after they were born and selling baby parts. Well, under Kamala Harris, then Attorney General of California, who was friends, obviously, with everybody from Planned Parenthood,
right.
Decided that they were going to sue the Centers for Medical Progress. Now, this trial began on Wednesday in San Francisco. It should be reversed. Planned Parenthood should be the one facing trial, but they're not. So I want you guys to say your prayers. And this is what keeps happening. The pit that the Democrats keep digging for the good guys. They do keep falling in. Now, they don't have a very impartial judge in this because the uptick to having this trial is that the Center for Medical Progress, the good guys, were undercover journalists. Now, if you can prove that you were trying to expose a crime, then you are protected.
That's a
but
dumb
some
moment.
of the judge is not allowing some of the evidence in to prove that there were crimes happening.
Yeah.
However, if we keep it going enough, we can keep talking about it. Planned Parenthood's lawsuit alleges that Daladin and the CMP committed 15 different crimes, including wiretapping, conspiracy, trespassing, breach of confidentiality. Daladin's defense team is arguing the project in question was not a criminal conspiracy, but an undercover journalism project that remains to be seen over the 6 to 8 weeks trial. Peter Breen, lead defense attorney, vice president, and senior counsel at the Thomas More Society, said Planned Parenthood's strategy from day one has been to deny the use of any evidence related to the fetal tissue trafficking, the born-alive infants, or its profiting from the sale of human fetal tissue. You can't keep out from the lawsuit the reason why the entire project was undertaken. You can't have a trial without telling people that they were doing it, what they were doing in there and why they were there. That has a significant bearing on how you view the project. Planned Parenthood's lead attorney is a one of the world's largest law firms. Okay, they have, and this Abby Johnson had the same setup against her, and we saw that in the movie Unplanned. So I'm praying that this will turn around in their favor. But I wanted to make sure that I put that forth for you guys. Eat the babies.
No more eating babies. I can't handle
I do want to point something out like this because this was a story that came out in September, and it was highly disturbing to me. And we talk about vaccines and we talk about different things on this show, and this is an important story for all of you to understand. Doctors actually took a newborn baby from her parents after they refused a vitamin K shot for her. Now, vitamin K shot will clot a baby's blood because babies don't have good clotting ability. As soon as they're born, it takes a while to build up. However, you don't have to have your baby have a vitamin K shot, and there are adverse effects to the vitamin K shot. And a lot of parents believe that babies are born the way God intended them to be born, and they don't want foreign things inside their babies. You have to have the vitamin K shot if you're going to circumcise your son. The doctors won't perform it. And that makes sense. Now the couple is suing the hospitals and the DCFS. In the moments after Angela Bauer, this is the family here, gave birth last winter, she and her husband, a suburban Chicago pastor, were eager to hold their new baby girl. But as Bauer was being treated in the delivery room, the couple contends a nurse picked up the infant to administer the vitamin K shot, a common practice in maternity wards across the country to help the baby's blood clotting ability in case of an emergency. Bauer said they are not anti-vaxxers or against any procedure they believe to be medically necessary, but they didn't think the shot was in that category. They had agreed to sign a waiver confirming their wishes that the new baby, their fifth child, not receive the vitamin K based on their beliefs that God's creation isn't automatically deficient or flawed at birth. But instead of offering them a form, the Bauers alleged the nurse announced she was reporting the couple to the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services and left the room with the newborn, didn't even get to hold the baby. And it would be 12 hours before they got their child back. I honestly could not understand what was going on. I was in total shock. I've never had my baby. I've never not had my baby right away. The episode was a result of a controversial DCFS policy that classified parents' refusal of their newborn's vitamin K shot as medical neglect. Now, you would think that the hospital, before you have your baby, would let you know, because there is a form that you can sign. It's a waiver, but they weren't told that ahead of time. They were just, baby's gone. A move that thrust the agency into a contentious debate over the rights of parents to make decisions about their children's care. The policy was rescinded a year ago as agency leaders sought to ensure that DCFS wasn't overstepping its boundaries of state law and determine the shots should not be classified as medically necessary. Making that kind of determination falls outside the confines of our statutory and professional mission and judgment. But get this, there were 138 families that were investigated because of the vitamin K shot refusals. Officials found evidence of medical neglect in 7 cases. On Monday, the Bauers had and several other parents filed a sweeping, and this was about a week ago, federal lawsuit accusing the agency in its current and former leaders and a number of doctors in 3 hospitals of violating their constitutional rights just after the birth of their children. Hours that should have been filled with happiness and family photos were instead filled with uncertainty, they said, as their children were temporarily taken into protective custody.
Unbelievable.
And they were made to feel like criminals. The lawsuit contends that the DCFS and the medical staff broke state and federal law by improperly seizing newborns and threatening to do so. Said a lawyer for the family. It alleges the doctors continued to coerce the parents, citing the inevitability of this intervention, even though they knew the policy had actually been rescinded already. The families said they were traumatized by their experience and are seeking monetary damages and a stop of the practice once and for all. There are several hospitals in this lawsuit: the University of Chicago Medical Center, Advocate Christ Medical Center, Silver Cross Hospital. The hospitals each declined to comment. And so there are a number of factors to determine what would lead into an investigation. But if the medical professional believes a case to be life-threatening, but this is not life-threatening, some people, there are other optional procedures, a blood screening and eye ointment. And there was another couple, the Holdermans, who had to endure a 5-week investigation after they declined the vitamin K shot and the blood screening and the eye ointment. So they, so I wanted to point that out. The Bauers and the Holdermans said the procedure conflicted with their Christian values. Our belief that God created every baby with a certain amount of vitamin K, and that's what they need at birth. So.
You know, it's very interesting to me. The medical profession is, by and large, considered a part of the scientific community that believes in evolution, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And within evolution, we are supposed to be evolving to become better and better, and our bodies to be able to withstand more things. And so, if for a minimum of 6,000 years, people have been being born without their vitamin K shot, and we've managed this far, the fact that now they're saying if you don't get it, this is child neglect. It really just goes to show how power hungry these people are, and it goes back to the pharmaceutical companies, frankly. And
somebody's making money off of
big
this.
money.
So I wanted to let you know that was out there and that was a thing. Let's see.
And I think that's also why more home births are on the rise.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to be caught in a situation like that. Unfortunately,
I wouldn't want to.
If you're trying to do a home birth and then something happens, then you have to go to the hospital and you're stuck.
Right.
That would be really terrifying.
Are you ready for something funny, though?
Yes, funny. Bill Barr.
Giving remarks to the SEC Criminal Coordination Conference, Attorney General Barr said he was asked what country he was going to next. As we know, he's globe-trotting, trying to investigate the investigators. That's good news. I don't talk enough about it because it's a kind of hush-hush. So I don't really want to draw too much attention to it because I want them to do their thing.
Well,
right?
But yeah, your attention to it's not going to make anybody.
You know what I mean? Okay, so investigating the investigators. That's what Barr is doing. And I'm very excited about this.
You're like Tucker.
However,
okay.
Listen to what he says about what country he's going to go to next.
And I'd also like to express gratitude for the restraint that the press has shown here today in not yelling questions at me. I was out touring a state yesterday, and all day people were yelling these questions at me. I only answered one. They yelled out, "What country are you going to next, Mr. Barr?" And I said, "Greenland." And I'd also like to
Greenland. Trump was going to buy Greenland. Oh my God. So he's going to go there to buy Greenland.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I thought that was so funny.
You have an attorney general that has a sense of humor. Mm-hmm. All these people are so uptight. I mean, so you've got Schiff saying, "Oh, it was just parody." Well, Schiff, I've never seen you give any kind of parody or comedy of any sort heretofore.
You're okay.
It's not keeping with your personality.
All right, so let us go to Donald Trump's Twitter feed. Dun-dun-dun,
we should have a little segue moment there. It's really
because
great.
It's always awesome. I am always entertained. There's never a dull moment. And I love that President Trump tweets. I don't understand the Republicans that don't like it because I want to hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
It used to be thinking. I want to hear what he's thinking and saying. But it used to be that it took forever and we had to listen to boring speeches and we had to wait for a State of the Union. It was all blah, 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 blah. And now in an instant, we can know what's going through Trump's head. He can respond. He doesn't have to have a press conference. He doesn't have to go through. He doesn't even have there's no Sarah Huckabee Sanders anymore because they don't even have one anymore. I think they do, but like nobody, she doesn't do anything. Right? It's just Trump straight to the people because that's the way he likes it. And that's the way I like it. That's the way. We like it. That's the way. Okay. So here we have, I'm sure Disney's going to pull this. Lying Shifty Shift. This is from Donald Trump.
Be a good boy and always let your conscience be your guide.
Have you heard from the whistleblower? Do you want to hear from the whistleblower?
We have not spoken directly with the whistleblower. Just to be clear, you don't know who this alleged whistleblower is or what they are alleging.
I don't know the identity of the whistleblower. He clearly gave no indication that he had ever met with a whistleblower or anybody on his team had ever met with a whistleblower.
We might not have even known there was a whistleblower complaint alleging an urgent concern.
Schiff was tipped off about the complaint days before it was filed.
His office acknowledged that the whistleblower had reached out to a staff member.
How does he explain that when clearly at that point the whistleblower had come to Chairman Schiff's committee?
I believe he destroyed his credibility.
And he just wasn't honest with how he answered these questions.
Perhaps you haven't been telling the truth.
Oh, but I have! Every single word!
Now remember, Pinocchio.
So that is Donald Trump. And we really have to thank the meme makers for making our life so much better.
Yeah.
My life is so much better with Donald Trump on Twitter. He's going to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota next Thursday. So if you're up there, go visit. So now let's read some of his little threads here. When you're making an unsubstantiated charge that the President of the United States is making a request having to do with the quid pro quo, this witness has blown a big hole into that statement. The ambassador put a dagger into the heart of Schiff's fairy tale. So you asked about that? That was the ambassador. Dagger into the heart of Schiff's fairy tale?
Yeah.
Adam Schiff's connection to the whistleblower is coming to light. Via Fox News, these facts and others make it impossible for the ridiculous impeachment scam to go forward. Schiff has also committed a crime, perhaps treason, in making up a horrible statement and reading it to Congress and the American people as though it was the statement of the President of the United States, me. He did it to fool Congress and the public in order to make me look bad. He is a sick puppy. And Nancy Pelosi, she could be investigated now because she went on one of these mainstream fake news, and said Schiff didn't make up what Trump said.
No.
We all know that within 2 seconds, the Congress people are like, he's making stuff up, isn't he? He's like, yeah, he's making it up. And Pelosi said he didn't make anything up. She's also cuckoo, or she's lying, or she's just, obviously she
a little bit of both there.
Yeah, so Pelosi's messing that up. So I guess we're going to watch this.
Jobs report of a full month of the Trump presidency showed the economy added 235,000 jobs.
The year closed out with an unexpectedly strong jobs report. But President Trump is enjoying one of the strongest economies of any first-term president.
The latest jobs report exceeding expectations.
Collar boom, hashtag blue collar boom. And you know, we are neither here nor there we're actually there. But when it comes to the economy, I have to say that Trump, being a businessman, as far as economy goes, it's through the roof.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 135,000 jobs added. I want you to be self-employed. I don't want you to have a job. I want you to be on a farm. However, according to their rules, the fact that they're not reporting on it means they're incredibly biased.
Yeah.
Right? You see, I have just officially nominated Poland for entry into the visa waiver program. With this decades-long awaited announcement, we are in the final steps of the process, which, when complete, would grant Polish nationals visa-free business and tourism travel to the U.S. and vice versa.
Wow.
Our Polish friends, they're coming to see me. You can do it visa-free. They come on over. They come and see us, and then they go back home. But come and see us. Come and see us.
So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Visa-free business and tourism travel to the United States. And we can go visa-free. Let's go to Poland. Here we go. All right. Let's see. What else is he tweeting out? Okay, the Young Black Leadership was tweeted out earlier. Wow, this is big stuff. Since the ICIG has no evidence whatsoever about the relationship and contacts between the whistleblower and Schiff's staff, the investigation has to get that information from other fact witnesses who also happen to be running the investigation. And then so much about the witness. Now, this is very interesting because I hear on Twitter all the time, I'm going to lower it, don't worry. I hear all the time that Trump hasn't built any new sections of wall. Well, that is a misnomer, because the whole point of building the wall is to put up wall not where there was no barrier before, but where there was bad barriers before. Okay? So here we have Trump showing, of course, walls are being built. This is being built here, and this was the old barrier. That's not a wall. That's not even a barrier. What is that?
That's not going to stop anybody.
Okay, that's not going to stop anybody or anything at any time. So yeah, that's a wall, and that's new wall being built.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so people are just stupid. Anything else? Nancy Pelosi today on Good Morning America actually said that Adam Shifty Schiff didn't fabricate my words in a major speech before Congress. She either had no idea what she was saying, or in other words, lost it, or she lied.
Wow.
So, all right, it's all about the fake news media and the corruption.
We're going to sign off here. We love you. God loves you. God bless. And remember,
it's not just a conspiracy theory
if it's actually the truth. All right, we'll see you back on Sunday at 1. God bless.
I was cold all alone. No place for home every day. So afraid. But you call my name.